The Collaborator's Daughter by Glyn, published by One More Chapter, and this is a dual timeline novel that is set in Dubrovnik mainly, in both 1944 and 2010. As the novel opens, we are with Fran, who is in Sussex, and she is saying goodbye to her daddy, as it were, and he has been the major father figure in her life, but he is not her birth father, and we have to go back to Dubrovnik to the late period of war, when her mother and her father had her, and they're not quite sure what happened to her father, her birth father, whether he was a partisan, whether he was a collaborator, but he never returned. And so her mother came to England with her, married someone else, married daddy, and had 2 further children. So the story picks up with Fran as she's saying goodbye to her daddy. We have a little bit of backstory about, how her relationship is with her siblings. But now that she is a little bit rudderless, she doesn't have the sort of her daddy in her life who has given her structure and solace and who's been there for her. And she decides, perhaps now that she is an orphan, both her parents have died, that she should actually go back to Dubrovnik and actually try and understand, find out what happened to her father. And so she first of all makes a DNA test, and it is established that remains found on an island off Dubrovnik are in fact those of her father. But what does it all mean? And she will only find out if she goes back to Dubrovnik. She is really concerned that her father was on the wrong side, particularly because she has in her possession a piece of jewellery that came from her father to her mother and to her, which has a lot of Jewish connotations, and how he came across this. She's not aware that he was Jewish, and so she wonders quite how he got this, and it really unsettles her. She meets someone called Jadran who accompanies her a lot of her searching journeys, her quest to find things out, and gradually they find a fondness and a togetherness, which is not always easy, but they go and investigate, they go and look around the various sites that they feel are important in her own personal history, until she gets greater understanding. I felt this was a really good book to certainly to take with you if you're visiting Dubrovnik, because it gives a good sense of what the history of this place is, not only Second World War, but also what happened subsequently between the countries in the Balkans. And, she will go around up and down streets, she'll visit various places. So I think in terms of literary travel, The Collaborator's Daughter is a very good book to pick up, and I would recommend it.